What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about 5 times God has showed you that you're dealing with a narcissist. And we've probably seen these signs way more than 5 times. We probably just choose to ignore it, thinking we give them the benefit of the doubt. Nobody's perfect. People change. We don't want to just quickly label people as a narcissist. But we have something called a good instinct. And when God is showing us something through our spirit, He's going to show, you're going to keep seeing it. You're going to keep feeling it. You're going to keep thinking about it. It's not just going to cross your mind for nothing. It keeps coming back to you for a reason that maybe you should pay more close attention to who you're dealing with. And you also feel it, not just in your gut, but you feel it mentally and physically, because you start to feel drained, like if you've been doing way too much all in a sudden, you know, and you start to kind of sit back and think like, I haven't been working more than usual. If you work a job and it's, a 9 to 5, a Monday through Friday, and you're wondering like, okay, why am I feeling more drained now than I ever have? And stuff like that. And you like, I haven't been working out or nothing. You gotta think back on, okay, what's been taking up my time? And maybe it's that narcissist who you've been dealing with, this new person you've let in your life, and they're taking up a lot more of your time. And you probably question like, but we've only been doing this and we've only been doing that. When you really think about it, you've been doing way more than what it appears to be, because they reserve so much of your time. It's like a second job for you when you're dealing with a narcissist. And in the beginning, they want us to move so fast and jump in situations with them, partnerships, deals, relationships. It's just like you don't have the time to even sit back and think about it. They want you to agree with them right away and give it a try. And they convince you that, you have so much to lose if you don't just go for it, you know. So that's how God shows you in the beginning that you're dealing with a narcissist, because you start to feel physically drained, like, what's happening to me? Why don't I feel so energized like I normally do? And then your mood starts to change too, because you start to feel like so much more is required out of you for some reason. So, it's good to question things and question everybody that you deal with when you meet someone new, and be careful on the information you choose to share with people, you know, because they could be doing something to sabotage anything that you have planned, and you wondering like, how did that happen? You was up for this job that now it's unavailable, it's not available to you anymore. The offer is off the table, and you was like, but I thought I had nailed it. And it's because you let the narcissist in on something, and they found a way to have that taken from you, the opportunity, because you're too vocal about all this good news that you thought you were sharing with a good friend. And the whole while they were a backstabber, and they showed you this the cutthroat side of them that don't care about your happiness. And God is showing this to you sometimes when narcissists, they tell you how they treated other people. You have to pay attention to how a person, they go into the story time on, I remember this time this and that was happening with this person, and the way they respond to the situation. So, 9 times out of 10, if they did it to this person, they'll do it to you. What makes you any different if they just met you? But again, the narcissist wants you to think that you're so special. They've never met anyone like you before, and things like that. So you kind of blinded by that in the beginning, and you're not thinking that it can happen to you. Another way God shows you that you're dealing with a narcissist he's warning you that you're dealing with a narcissist, is through intimacy with a narcissist. Again, they drain you and they express how much of a high sex drive they have and the urge to fulfill their sexual appetite. They kind of warn you how they may get it from somewhere else if they don't feel completely fulfilled by you. They're letting you know that they'll cheat on you. And even if they don't let you know, they still have multiple partners on the side, you know. And I know that no two narcissists are alike, but I feel like most of them are the same when it comes to that. Because a narcissist is very careless with their temper, so you know they don't care about yours, you know. So that's a sign that God is showing you you're dealing with a narcissist because you're drained and you're not happy. You know, you're doing everything you can to fulfill that person, but they're not doing everything they can to fulfill you, you know. And when you start to feel that you're just not happy and what am I doing, you know, again, that gut instinct is showing you everything you need to know about who you're dealing with. You know, another way God shows you signs of a narcissist is their insecurities, their jealousy, and the sneaky little things they'll do to trick you into believing that they are innocent. When the whole while, you know, they do things to show you who they are, but then they come back and try to explain why they act like that. And the more you just kind of blow it off, the more they're going to show you that side of them, and it only gets worse. It never gets better with a narcissist. They're not going to work on themselves. They're not going to therapy. They don't think anything is wrong with them because, you know, they think through emotions, like they act out of emotions, not think with emotions. They act out of emotions because they feel like you're trying to one up them on something. You're trying to be a little head on something. You've got something planned that leaves them behind. You know, and so it's like they got to stay on top of things so that you won't hurt them first. And that's not even your intentions. That's their intentions, though. Again, God shows us these signs of a person because of their behavior and how they treat us from time to time. An example of that is, let's say you're in a relationship with a narcissist and you live in a 2-story house. And you're like, okay, I'm about to step out to run to the store, get some personal items. But the narcissist wants you to, you know, they want you to help them cook for, you know, they want you to help them cook dinner for the night. And so you're like, okay, you just go ahead on and get it started and I'll be right back. Gotta run to the store and pick up some things. Oh, left my key, my house key upstairs. I just got, you know, you got your car key. And they're like, okay, fine, go ahead. And it's like their attitude kind of lets you know it don't sit well with them that you choose to do something for you first when they wanted you to do something right along with them. It's like they always need you there by them, just sucking you dry of your energy for any little thing they should be able to do alone. You know, narcissists have moments when they just can't be alone because their thoughts is what destroys them, and they can't really maneuver and just get the job done without another person being there by their side. They are always, you know, reserving your time for any little moment. So it's like they feel entitled to you. They feel like they own you. You don't have a right to say, well, nah, I'm going to do this real quick and I'm going to get back with you. Because now they feel like you're putting them on the back burner. You know, you putting them on ice for a moment. You know, it's just like, it may seem like small things to normal people, but when you're explaining the way a narcissist think, that's a big thing to them. And it's like you gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta be able to point this out about them to understand the way they think. Not saying understanding them makes them right in their ways. It's just saying you understand the way they think. And it's crazy, but that's how they think, because they are crazy. So when you step out, the narcissist locks the door behind you and they pretend like, oh, I forgot. So they kind of get their kicks out of you banging and kicking on the door and ringing the doorbell and calling them. They're not answering the phone. Or they're like, oh, I left my phone upstairs. I didn't hear you calling it because I was still in the kitchen cooking. I can't be at two places at one time. It's like they pretend like, oh, I got a lot on me and I just couldn't answer you right away. That's their way of paying you back because you stepped out on them for a moment. See how petty and small minded that is? But that's how they think. They are very unstable and emotional when it comes to things like that. And you just could never reason or understand the way a narcissist thinks. So it's just little things like that. God shows you signs that you're dealing with a narcissist. And be careful, because if you ever think they're going to change, you're wasting your time waiting on it. Best thing to do is avoid these people at all costs if you can. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.